the helmets. Welcome back to the Scream Society. It's been so long, man. We got Kickoff, man. We got Gons taking his division rival Eagles, and Big Trub, the most recent Hall of Famer. Oh, the music kept going. My fault. I guess we just too hyped. So we obviously got Kickoff here. We are in Philly Thursday night. If anything sounds too loud or too off, please let us know. You are all production assistants today, whether you know it or not, as Mafa is going to take this up to the 25-yard line. We've got 1st and 10 for Gons. Now, the way I understand this and the way I was semi-paying attention, Gons was abusing the AFC with the Chiefs. Believe he actually won the first bowl and actually got a second one out of that cycle last year. So shout out to Gons, former user that wasn't doing too well. I've known Gons for almost 10 years. It's kind of crazy you think about it. As Jaden Blue is going to be his starting running back and get the handoff. Crump was good to see you. Jordan No Air is a crazy name, but you know we respect it. You know, Bron is the guy. We're just gonna leave it there. We gonna have that con for a different day though. Jordan, good to see you, man. I see you got that ghost next to your name. You play Destiny? We can be friends when you play Destiny. That's the game I play the most. We'll talk more about that later too. As Joe Milton is playing here, and I wish I knew that prior, as there is an interception already. Keely Ringo, the Georgia Bulldog, trying to go for 6, and he might take this one to the crib. Hey, Big Trub ain't playing with him. Big Trub ain't playing with him. He was talking crazy to Gons in the chat. He said, you ain't the Eagles, even though this kick is wide to the left. He said, you ain't the Eagles. Change that profile picture. Now, if you know Gons IRL, you know he's a Eagles fan. So you kind of just got to know that about him to know that's why it's his picture. And he got bragging rights right now. My dog Hyphy, good to see you. Hopefully all is well, man. And thank you all for the follows as well. So there is that. Gons throwing Stevie's already. And he's going to get this one to the 22-yard line. Yeah, so I guess the theme of the year for Madden this year, if you pick the Dallas Cowboys, is you start Joe Milton. You do not start Dak Prescott. You just rock with Joe. I think I've done only one Cowboys game outside of this one, and it was Joe Milton and Jaden Blue and friends. So it's interesting. Dak is not a part of what Gons is doing. As we get Milton to throw a quick shot to Ferg. Speaking of the Cowboys, it was Chop who actually was the Cowboys in that game. Good to see you. Bang, thank you as well. Bang, won't you rock? You know what? I'm not going to cuss you out. I'm going to let you rock. Moving on, Gons is not moving the ball there. But speaking of not using Dak, we do got a trade alert right here on the screen for y'all. Some very notable names got moved before we even started. The Broncos have A.J. Terrell. JaVale has traded damn near everything off his Ravens. And Oxy got the Browns. He's traded away Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, David Njoku, and more as we get a first down from Gons.
First down.
Speaking of JaVale, y'all know he's the resident referee here. But yeah, man, like just looking at this, Devin Witherspoon got moved. Jesse Bates is in Chicago. Malachi Starks. A lot of people got traded to the Raiders. That's up here. DJ Moore also got moved. So a lot of these dudes you see on this screen are not on the teams you think they are on. Hopefully Neon will be up soon whenever this companion app is good. And CD says CDs as he's going to the crib.
We are the Cowboys.
Gons just said, I'm going to lob it up. It's a layup. Trub sent the 6-man blitz and Gons played it perfect. Got it all the way out of there and got CD to go for a 75-yard tutty. Kick up, kick down. Gons officially takes the lead because, again, Trub on his pick 6, he actually missed the kick. You know, when you feel the meter all the way up and it starts to wobble a little bit. That's what happened to Jake Elliott, man. So a 1-point deficit now by these Eagles. I can't call them Super Bowl champions. You know, they weren't the last champ. And Dotson's actually on the kickoff team. That's interesting to see. So this is our first time actually seeing the Eagles offense today. Undisputed, good to see you. Briggs, good to see you as well. And Briggs, I'm gonna laugh. That video where they got you as the only Cowboys fan, that was some funny shit. All right, that was some very funny shit. I laughed a lot at that. Back to the gameplay here. Trubb first plays a handoff to Saquads, and he goes absolutely nowhere. If you just tuned in, you've missed two things. Pick six by Joe Milton. As we get the follows, thank you again. Pick six by Joe Milton, number one. Number two, you've missed CeeDee Lamb get a lob from Joe Milton for a tutty. So Joe Milton has thrown both touchdowns in this game. And there is the home wrecker, Kenny Clark, getting in the backfield. Loss of 9 on the play. So it's 3rd and 19. You've got to try to use his arm for Hurts. You got to remember, when you're watching leather helmets football, this is calm. We got abilities. That's one thing. But this is pure user interaction all the way through and through. We not worried about what the numbers say. And you see that billboard in the back saying, quiet, the offense is at work. You was cooked, and man, you look like it. You look like you was thrown off. And A.J. Brown threw up a stinker in the real opener. He's going to try to chuck this one to Goddard. But looks like Odighizuwa is in the backfield. Creates pressure, forces a bad throw from Jalen Hurts. So Trubb's offense, not the best. But Keely Ringo does have a pick six. And he is still in this game by just a point. But man is going to punt this one away. We've seen Gonz's offense twice, and we're going to come up on our third Cowboys appearance. They started this game with the ball. Kayvontae Turpin will take this return and try to go home, and he can't. He is stopped at his own 36-yard line. So, yeah, man, I'm very shocked to see how cheap A.J. Terrell went for. I can't believe Jesse Bates went for what he went for. Ray is just preying on being an offensive mastermind all year. He don't care about no defense because he thinks his offense is his defense. That's what I took from that trade, as Jaden Blue is going to take this one up for a first.
First down.
Now, JaVale, on the other hand, trading away Malachi Starks, Cone, like that massive trade he did with Roger, I just trying to understand. I'm trying to understand. And Milton's going to be on the boots, and the boot gets him smoked. And Jalen Carter is actually hurt on that one. He wasn't even involved in the sack. Pause. I remember where I was today. I remembered I was with leather helmets. I got to say pause on that. So Jalen Carter will sit out a couple of plays. Gonna hope it's not too serious. You need your game wrecker. But in there for the sack was Nolan Smith, another Georgia Bulldog. All these guys played together in college, and they're playing together in the NFL. It's kind of insane to think about. And he throws another pick. Guantanamo Bay. Gons, you get your second.
Stinky.
Super stink. And Jalen Carter just has a foot contusion, but the offense is now at work. Eagles defense is going to be the reason they can try to put claim to fame and win this game. All free agents besides Starks, no cap, getting ahead of it. That's smart because the Ravens do have some cap issues. They did make that major signing of Kyle Hamilton, the highest guaranteed safety ever, at $100 million. I think, yeah, something like that. And Kenny Clark, beasting his second on the day. So help me understand something, JB. He has a quarterback. Why he's not using him? Number one, you picked a division rival in the Cowboys. Dak, I believe, is a superstar quarterback, and I didn't see Dak in the trade report. So why we just not using Dak? Because the way this Milton stuff is working, you just need to train with him in practice and use him next season. It ain't working out right now. You are 2 for 1 in favor of interceptions, all right? As we get a screen play to Saquads, Overshown overruns it, and he's got some blockers, follows them well. He picks up 17 after the sack. Jalen Hurts finally making some things shake here. in Dallas Cowboys territory. I see, good to see you. Hopefully all is well with you. I see you're back in Madden finally, you know, so big shout outs to you. I'm still trying to wonder what's going through Oxy's mind trading Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward. Like, I don't get that. You know what I'm saying? He's got 3 men open and he chucks this one to A.J. Brown, but he's just short of the marker. Just about 2 minutes left here in the first. You haven't played much Madden this year, but it looks like the trenches are pivotal. Let me tell you something. If your O-line stink, we gon' know. If your defensive line stink, we gon' know. The trenches are the most important. Like, you have to level everything in this game. So the Eagles are going to be a good team to start out with. So are the Ravens. The Falcons can be good if you build the rushers right. Yeah, like, the trenches matter. Like, the sleeper team, that's always a sleeper team, the Chargers. Joe Alt, Rashawn Slater, immaculate. Broncos O-line a little decent too, but they got a nice little front 7 being rebuilt up there. So those teams that win the trenches often are teams you should favor. I will say that. Now, if your O-line a little stinky and you going up against dudes that got, like, you see Kenny Clark is killing the inside of this Eagles offensive line. You see Cam Jurgens is getting smoked. Jordan Mailata is playing left tackle. Lane Johnson's playing right tackle as we go for this 4th down here. And Kenny Clark has a one-on-one, but it's a curl route to Smitty. Wow.
Fricka first down.
What about the Titans? The Titans are a project. Cam Ward, rookie QB, project. That's really all you can say about it. The offensive line has some dogs on it that you can build. And then on the other end, they got Jeffrey Simmons. You know, he's a dog in his own right. So if your trenches are good, then you will be a solid player. But if you know how to play football, you also will be fine. But with the addition of stunts and things like that, like certain defensive lines, there's like, I don't want to call it cheesy because I don't use it. But the MUT community's been using it. When we did the Attorney Me and Snipes, they were using it in Attorney. Texas 4-man is like the most broken stunt in the game right now, apparently. And that's a dot to Johnny Wilson for a first down inside the 10. This is where you miss Micah Parsons. No pressure whatsoever. But yeah, certain teams just got it, man. Like, the inside of this Eagles offensive line is the weakest point. Cam Jurgens cannot hold his own at certain points. We've seen Kenny Clark disrupt both the run and pass game early. He's got 2 sacks in the beginning of this game in the first quarter as the Eagles look to take back the lead that they started this game with. They're down a point because Jake Elliott went wide left. And Young Ho Koo went wide right yesterday. I'm still very upset about it. But you know, it's only week 1. It's all good. You know, this is a good time to ask everybody in the chat, who do you have winning the game tonight? Week 1 comes to a close in Chicago. The Ben Johnson era starts. Chicago Bears versus the new J.J. McCarthy-led Vikings. We've heard Kevin O'Connell be called the quarterback whisperer. He revitalized Sam Darnold last season. And then, you know, the Vikings in their trenches, they picked up Jonathan Allen as Overshown is going to blow up that run with Kenny Clark. Good defense there by Gons. Yeah, no, like, for real, like, hear me out, right? Like, the Vikings getting Jonathan Allen is huge. So you now have Jonathan Grenard, who had, I believe, over 10 sacks last year. Dallas Turner, the edge product out of Bama. And then you add Jonathan Allen to that. Lovely defensive trio there in their trenches. Harrison Smith somehow is still chugging, but he will not be playing in the game tonight. And this handoff is to Smitty to the edge. Siobhan Ravel can't get there. You are saying the difference is going to end up being J.J. McCarthy's legs. This time the kick is good, and it is now a 6-point lead for Trubb. Again, as I mentioned at the beginning of this broadcast, shout out to Trub. He was recently voted in as one of the newest members to the Leather Helmets Hall of Fame. So shout out to you. And you know, you rightfully get the kickoff game. And maybe I'm crazy for saying it. Every single cycle, a Hall of Fame member should get the kickoff game. I don't know. I don't know. And also, Chop got in as well. So shout out to Chop, man. Chop, man. Shout out to Chop. Y'all get it. Going back to the Bulls from last, man. I know Jim, he finally got your one with those Vikings, man. Big shout outs to you for winning season 46. You are the last champion. Brag about it as all you can. Very interesting to see how you make these Rams work here in leather helmets this year, man. And oh my skates, Jaden Blue with a first down run just put a man on his ankles. I think that was Cooper DeJean getting on the ground. Gons struggles on the big screen, you know. I mean, like I said in the beginning, Gons ran the AFC last year. So, I mean, Gons won the first bowl, got his third one overall, and he ran the AFC. I don't know which one me to say. As Jalen Tolbert gets this catch here for 2 yards. And we also know five-star hustler won with the Panthers. Hate that. Vale won with the Falcons. Love that. And we also had Cooley, a staple in the leather helmets, winning with the Washington Commanders in JD5. So very interesting work, man. Yeah, if I'm Gons at halftime, if this is not working out, put Dak in, man. He didn't trade him. Handoff is to Blues. Got a nice cut outside. Gets away from Sidney Brown, it looks like. And he will get to another first down at his own 49. Gons is not having trouble running the ball. That is not the issue here. The issue is this cannon of an arm that Joe Milton got is inaccurate as possible. Hands this one off the Blue again. Another beautiful cut. And then he's hurt. Okay, I don't know if wear and tear is on for y'all. Did y'all cut it off? Did y'all cut wear and tear off? Or are y'all letting it rock? I guess we should talk about that a little bit too, right? Yeah, like with practice, hey, listen. If y'all are going to do practice and weekly training, oh, that's some good user work by Trub, and that's just Joe Milton missing a man. Fergie is wide open. Yeah, all right, so y'all cut it off. Yeah, listen, let me tell y'all, man. When y'all get to the middle of the season or about week 6, hear me clearly. Put them players on rest or put them on half pads. Or just run half pads all season. I'm trying to tell you right now. You're going to thank me later. I learned that joint the hard way. You got to run half pads or really let dudes rest in practice, bro. Because if you don't, and it's playoff time, listen, I lost Penix for a couple of drives and had to run with Kirk in the playoffs, all right? That was not a fun time. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I got love for Kirk. You know, he did a lot of good last year, 6-3, and then, you know, the struggle. But if you value your quarterback and your team in general, you're going to run half pads in practice. I'm going to leave that there. Gons is on 4th and 1. This is another first down attempt. We're seeing back-to-back possessions. Milton with time. He's got a man wide open is CeeDee Lamb, and he's going to try to go for more. Runs to the pylon and gets out of bounds. No, he's in bounds, actually, at the 8-yard line.
Fricka first down.
And you going to learn quickly. Who you got in the league, Jordan? Who you got? Because you're going to learn quickly. Leaving that take on full pads every practice, you're going to learn. You're going to learn. You got the Steelers. Rodgers going to be hurt by week 3 messing around with full pads the whole time. Handoff is to Blue, and he is met at the altar. Jalix Hunt getting involved. Gets a tackle for loss. It's a loss of 3. So Blue is back already. Blue is just getting the workload. I love to see it. Gons is sticking to his game plan, but that game plan has lost him 4 straight yards on 2 back-to-back plays. Now, the boot this year, the play-action boot has been so successful this year. Jaden Daniels and Lamar Jackson have revitalized the play-action boot game. Also, Josh Allen, Justin Fields, the mobile quarterback is well and alive in the National Football League. So Joe Milton is actually going to pick to go 5 wide. Fergie to his right. He's going to chuck this one underneath to Jalen Tolbert. Tries to juke Quingen Mitchell, who has the pick. And he's just going to pick up 7. Got a kick 3 here. Brandon Aubrey has the slowest kick meter in the game. Kicks this one up through the uprights. 13-10, and it looks like Nolan Smith is now hurt after the kick block play. Now, I don't know what you guys got injuries on, but I think that's what, the 3rd injury of this game in the first half? I'm telling you, half pads. And I think that's Searborn getting in on the tackle, and his elbow bursitis for Nolan Smith. Lucky for him, the Eagles are on offense. Trubb has not turned the ball over yet. Gons with 2 interceptions. 1 went for a pick 6. That is why the Eagles hold this lead after the touchdown for Smitty last drive. So 2 minutes to go here. Both teams have timeouts. The Eagles with 2. Dallas with all 3. They've got a 4th timeout here for their defense. Audible switch up here for Trubb. He's going to put the 2 tight ends next to each other. It looks like Johnny Wilson and Dallas Goedert. Hands it off to Saquon. Didn't think to run away from Deron Bland. Picks up 4. That puts us at the 2-minute warning. Cowboys started this game with the ball. The Eagles will get the ball back at halftime. It's going to be interesting to see how long this drive takes. Hurts diagnosing to try to block one of the linebackers here. Overshown is the user for Gons, and Saquon will just pick up 1. No timeout called as of yet. It looks to be a forced chance of a pass here. Saquon hasn't really broke a crazy play just yet. I'm going to say just yet because it could be right here on this drive. It looks like we're going to see a corner blitz possibly. That's what I'm looking at as Bland is there. No, it's just press man. Got a man wide open in Johnny Wilson, but the throw power of Hurts makes him take longer to throw the ball. And that unfortunately knocks him down. And the Eagles will punt. Cowboys stop the clock, have all 3 of their timeouts. If you're not going to use Dak, just send him to New Orleans. Make an offer probably. I mean, that man contract is ugly. You might got to send that man a first or something. I don't know what the trade committee will allow or won't allow. But if AJ Terrell going for cheap, maybe Dak will too. I don't know. But I do agree. You're better off getting your bang for your buck. There's no point in you just letting a salary cap waste on your team. Get rid of them and get some pieces for it. Why not? I don't know if you're trying to move Olave. That might entice Gons. I don't know. Milton, it's only a 4-man rush. He's got CeeDee Lamb on a zig route, and that man just dove all the way out of bounds. First down, getting out of bounds at the 47. There's an ad coming up in the next 5 seconds. If you would like to skip ads and you are on Twitch Prime, you can use your Prime sub to subscribe to a creator and get ad-free content for a month. Otherwise, it's $6 a month to support a creator and get no ads. It's only 30 seconds, though. So we'll be right back in 30 seconds. Jaden Blue trying to run up the middle here. He only gains 1. Still no timeouts called on either side here. Gons is trying to approach field goal territory and tie this game up with Brandon Aubrey. Milton with time, gonna try to chuck this one. No, he goes to Ferguson wide open. Jukes a couple Eagles up out the way. Milton is trying to figure it out. Now, I do hate how when you call timeouts, it brings up like the demo team. I don't know why it does that. Some games it's Chiefs, Eagles, and in others it's Jaguars. I don't know why it does that. Nonetheless, Gons 3 yards outside of the red zone. Jaden Blue makes a critical block. It would have been a sack, but Jalen Tolbert will pick that one up, and that leads us to 2nd and 8. Clock is ticking away. Gons without a timeout just yet. Milton with a drop back. CD's open. Jahad Kent was going to user it. Milton going to go to the sideline. And he gets popped late, but there is no unnecessary roughness call. Could have extended this drive a little bit better for Gons. That did not happen. 6 seconds to go. You can take one more shot. It's 3rd and 9, and then you potentially have the chance for the field goal steal. Tie this game up. Six seconds to go. Clock is ticking. He goes for the corner route. Can't get it, but he does still have time on the clock. And like we said, this is a comp league. You just got to wing your ones user to user. And it's going to be a swat. I think that was Keely Ringo in coverage. Brandon Aubrey kicking a 39-yard field goal. Game is tied here at half. The Eagles will get the ball back to start the second half. And as always, when we do these commentaries, we got to talk about what does Scream see? We're going to start with the Cowboys since they'll be defending here. I see that they're trying to contain Saquon as best they can. And with Gons being an Eagles fanatic, he knows their weaknesses and their strengths. So he is putting the pressure inside with Kenny Clark. I think you have to continue to let him wreak havoc and also let your linebackers play a little bit better defense at that second level in the pass game. And then for the Eagles, on the other hand, I think Jalen Hurts' protection needs to change a little bit. Saquon is a weapon. I would agree. Maybe you put him as slot receiver instead to let him get more reps off as he trucks through and picks up a first.
First down.
This might be a game where you can put Saquon out as slot instead of Dotson, and you can let Will Shipley, the rookie, come in and be a blocker. I don't think Will Shipley's a rookie. He's a second-year player, forgive me. Yeah, let him come in and block. Saquon's a weapon. You got to use him like one. I see Johnny Wilson's in the slot right now. That's a good idea as well because of, you know, I think he's, what, 6'3", 6'4". Kenny Clark wins that one-on-one. Hurts with no time. That's exactly what we're talking about right there. Kenny Clark is one-on-one with Cam Jurgens. And I'm about to say some very petty stuff here. Johnny is 6'7", even crazier. Cam Jurgens, yo, like, are your hands slippery from the lotion brand, my boy? Like, you change your last name. All right? You was using a little too much lotion for the game. I don't think you need that no more. All right? And look at that, another one-on-one win inside as Dallas Goedert gets the ball knocked away from him. Prob is just having trouble with the trenches. This inside of the Eagles line severely misses Jason Kelsey, as you can see. He's not even attempting to double team Kenny Clark either. And if he does, Odio Exua is getting in as well. So you kind of got to pick your poison here. Who do you want to double team? 97 to 95. The outside is fine. But keep your eyes on 95 right now. Gonna go 5 wide here where Hurts. It's one-on-one for Clark, and he wins it, and so does Odie. It's a sack. As I've been saying this entire possession here, This Cowboys defensive line is not worse off without Micah Parsons on certain situations. Right there, you saw the D tackle absolutely dominate and blitz the left guard and get to the quarterback. And Kenny Clark did the same thing, but on the center. So it's like you want to double team Kenny Clark clearly, but you got to worry about Odi Oizua. Like you have to worry about 95 and 97 the rest of this game. You had a 6-point lead twice, and now the Cowboys have possession once again. And speaking on their offense and what they can do better, Gons has got to find his accuracy with his quarterback. The run game has looked solid minus that play. But Milton having the stats he has at launch, you know, you're mid 70s with accuracy, if not sub 70. I believe it's what, 95, 97 throw power, something in those areas. Great to have. You want to zip the ball in a lot faster, but you can't zip the ball. He has 99 throw power, even crazier. But that's the thing, like you can get the ball out there fast, but you have to go with what works with your range of motion. And out route right there, Jaden Blue's wide open, and so is Jalen Tolbert for a first down. Those are the throws you have to make if you're going to try to win this game. Don't try to be flashy and cute and keep trying to chuck it deep to CD. You saw a pick happen, and you saw a pick 6 for a touchdown, and you saw a touchdown for yourself because of the user work. While I respect it, you have to try to develop this quarterback. You're not playing with Dak. This man is not established. You try to get Milton too? I mean, it's understandable. Like, look at that. He's wide open. Why you take us long throw that? And you got to throw it away. You had your tight end wide open. I think that's Luke Schumacher, number 86. If you look right here on the screen, he has him open right here. This ball should be thrown to the middle of the field. Trubb didn't go back for it. You throw it right then and there, it's a catch. But instead, you worried too much about the user. That's on you. Take what's there. That's how Gons is gonna win this game. Take what's there. 5-man blitz here. Here comes the Eagles. Good Lord, Zach Bond was in there like a missile out of a ship, a torpedo out of a submarine. And now you're going to see Milton empty once again. N'Kobe Dean, Zach Bond. There's the Texas 4-man. He goes to a wide open CeeDee Lamb, and Dean is in coverage. Unfortunately,
First down.
the first down is the only option for Dallas. He had him right where he wanted him. Hit him with that Texas 4-man stunt. Just got to get back in your zone and guard CD better. That right there is the one play where you get your second pick 6. You drop back a little bit, you look underneath, and you say, yeah, CD, come here. Because you know he's going to force to him at some point. Speaking of forcing the ball anywhere, we have not had a George Pickens sighting yet in this game. We are 3/4 of the way done, and we have yet to see the ball thrown at George Pickens. Makes you wonder, can you go grab George Pickens? I mean, now that I think about the trade stuff again, I don't think Gons has traded yet. He always was one of those ones that was stingy with stuff, and he's going H formation. Jaden Blue is the off back, and he has a 6 blocker, which is good for him. And outside he goes to Jake Ferguson. Jukes again. Zach Bond looking silly. Hey, look, I don't even play CFM no more. And I know Gons is one of the hardest dudes to trade with. If he's not winning the trade, he's not trading. He's been that way since we met him in like Madden 17. That is one thing that has not changed about that man in 9 years of Madden. All right. I respect it, though. I truly do respect it. Milton with time going to dump this one off. And there is your Pickens sighting. NFL young boy in the red zone picks up a first down. They're going to call it at the 10, but they're still going to give them a chance to pick up another set of downs if they go down at the 1-yard line. That's 98% of the leather helmets. If they ain't winning a trade, they ain't trading. Okay, so outside of your trade, who won the other trades? Did Roger win the trade with Vail? All right, so this is kind of where I want to see Gons actually use Milton's legs. I want to see that you tried to run the boot action earlier and it didn't work. Nolan Smith did get the sack on that play, but however, you have this ability to have CD run zigs. You have Jake Ferguson who can run zigs, and you're not using that to your advantage in the red zone. Look at that. Look at your tight end on the right. He's one-on-one with Keely Ringo. And you go short to Lamb. You pick up 2, it's 3rd and 8. Quinn Mitchell with another tackle. L's and W's can go either way in a trade game. Depends on team needs. You think that the Ravens and Raiders trade was good for both. Okay. I mean, when Vail told me he took the Ravens, I was like, you with Lamar is spooky. And you have 2 tight ends instead of 1. Because, you know, normally he takes the Falcons and just makes Kyle Pitts, Drake London, T. Higgins like absolute dominators. Now you got Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews to do that with for at least a season. That's interesting. So I'm definitely excited to see how things turn out this season, in season 47, as Lamb is a target man again. And it'll be 4th and 2 at the 3. Yeah, man, that cap absolutely got disrupted by the Kyle Hamilton deal. Like, without question, Kyle Hamilton getting that 100 M's or whatever it was, like, absolutely just said, yeah, man. Granted, he deserved it. He definitely. I can see that though. I actually can see that. And speaking of seeing things, Gons has now scored 9 unanswered, 3 field goals. So we got that early TD to CD, and he has not been able to run the ball in the end zone since, but he has kicked 3 field goals. He's got his 3-point lead, and the Eagles back with another deficit, trying to go 1-0 to kick off leather helmets. Yeah, I think IRL definitely, Kyle has a good chance, but you know, going up against Myles Garrett's, Micah Parsons, TJ Watts, that's where the conflict will come in this year. How much will Hamilton affect the game more than the pass rushers? And that is a beautiful tackle. Great user work by Trubb as Kenneth Murray Jr., the former Oklahoma product, gets the stop in only a 1-yard gain. Miles, yeah, he did though. Hey, listen. That hit he put on Burrow that wasn't roughing. Oh my God. You hear? Oh my God. That was absolutely insane. It's 2nd and 9, 20 to go here. He's gonna go underneath for AJ Brown, and what a read by Trubb. Miles is built different. He makes Micah look tiny. I mean, shoot, Miles make anybody look. Listen, that dude was a freak of nature at 14 years old. If he was not destined to play football, I don't know who is. Need a Stevie sound? You know what? All I do is see Saquon open to. What a pass. 1st down in Cowboys territory. If I could make that work. A Stevie sounder. A Stevie sounder is crazy. This way, Gon started the game throwing. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. But as we always love to do, we got to bring it to the 4th. It's a lovely thing to see. Trub, again, Hall of Fame for leather helmets, him and Chop. Getting the kickoff game. Hurts got a man in motion. That is Dallas Goddard. And the handoff is to Quads, and Kenny Clark just sticks the arm out like a beat cop. And he stops it for 3 yards. Yeah, I think, you know, especially with how long you guys have been going, you guys are coming up on 50 seasons this cycle. I think we gotta, you know, when we talk about that, like we gotta appreciate the longevity and the depth. And y'all are one of those leagues that have kept the history of everything that has gone on from the beginning. So, you know, let's potentially say it like this, right? You got a Hall of Famer versus a Hall of Famer next cycle. How is that not a kickoff game? You know what I'm saying? And even if there's more than one kickoff game, oh my pick. Trub got pressured, tried to go to the tight end who was wide open in the end zone, and he throws a duck. TV indeed. All I do is throw picks too. There is the boot action, and CD is not even close to the ball. I was so ready to praise Gons. I was very ready to praise. And that man just threw the worst duck I have ever seen in my life. I'm in here ducking. Y'all watch Battle Rap? What the fuck? I'm ducking like that bar. If you know, you know. And he's going to throw to NFL young boy, Dory Jackson. Man, hey, listen, if I'm the Eagles in real life, I'm cutting him. I just got PTSD all over again. I liked the Dory Jackson when he was on the Titans. He looked great out of college. It made sense to draft him in the first round. But brother, you're washed. It's over. Just like, I was trying to understand what was Vic Fangio thinking putting him on CD. I did not understand, and I still don't. Like, next game, you cannot do that. CD is wide open. He just leaving the middle of the field wide open. And you know what? Trub is thinking like this. He's thinking if I don't give up the short game and I can get the pressure there, the middle of the field won't matter. But the hard thing about what he just did with his cover 4, when you run quarters and palms, you got to remember it's match coverage. So somebody matched up right there, and the middle of the field was left wide open. That's the hardest part about 4 quarters and palms. You got to remember it's match coverage. Them inside corners are playing the match concept. They're not playing cover 4. Running cover 6, they're running a match concept. It is match. It's man. It's not going to be what you think it is. Like right there, the match coverage worked in his favor, but he overruns it with a Dory again, and NFL young boy picks up a first.
Fricka first down.
Hey, now Phantom, that pissed me off for sure. Like, as a gambler, I'm thinking, bro, I'm like, yo, Pickens is scoring. I just know Pickens is about to kill these boys. Nope, it's CD. And Joe Milton just got abused right there. I don't know what happened. Andrew Makuba is hurt. It looks like Trub will let him sit for a little bit longer and heal up and wheel up. As the Eagles try to allow just another field goal, it would be their 4th of the game. Trying not to allow these Cowboys to come in their house and win this game. Milton with time, gonna go underneath. NFL young boy, he's gonna bounce this outside. It's a tutty.
We are the Cowboys.
I don't know what other way to tell y'all, but it might be wrapped up like a Christmas gift. Drag route, get your blocks right, get to the end zone. NFL young boy for you, man. Aubrey not gonna miss. 10-point lead for the 3-time champ. You know, It's very interesting that Gons picked the Cowboys. I'm about to go look at this draft order real quick and try to put 2 and 2 together. Bro picked the Eagles at 1. So Cooley had the Cowboys. That's right. That's why I was so confused. Cooley had the Lions, and then he wanted the Cowboys because he picked the Lions at 4. Cowboys at 4. And Gons picked all the way at what? 22? Yeah, that is wild, man. That makes sense now because I remember seeing that man as Lions. I'm like, wait a minute. I was trying to think about it all day and couldn't figure it out. Cancels the play action here where it hurts, and he's got Saquon again. But this is dropped twice. Demarion Overshown drops the free give me pick. Bills and Ravens have kicked off, as well as Falcons and Bucks. So a lot of other games will be going on here. We will try to get you some updates from those games and scores as they happen. So please bear with us. Right now, it is a 7-3 lead in favor of Baltimore. JaVale leading over Undisputed. We're about to get the Falcons and Bucks game kicked off here right now. So we won't have any stats from that one. And then we also hear from Jim himself, Rams and Texans is coming soon. So it sounds like Leather Helmet's red zone is about to pop off. If you're not doing nothing and sitting at your desk, go ahead and boot up LH Red Zone. Ironically, you know, me and Snipes have had some talks about kind of starting some red zone content for leagues if a lot of games are going on at the same time. Breaking news, Tank Bigsby just got traded to the Eagles. Wait a minute. Hold up. Basil Tutton, and that's a pick for your ass. Asante Samuel Jr.
Stinky.
Bruh, what's crazy to me, the gong is one of those things. He's gonna chuck this when the NFL young boy is knocked out. Cooper DeJean not gonna allow it. Tank Bigsby, Basil Tutton, and Travis Etienne were supposed to be like this three-headed duo of craziness. And now these dudes say, yeah, we're going to trade a 5th and a 6th for Tank Bigsby. So the rich just get richer. Tank Bigsby going to come in there with Will Shipley and Saquon Barkley. I think it's a really good trade for Philly. And Jaden Blue is hurt again. Expect to see Gons in general asking for injury being lowered. That's very wicked, man. I did not expect Tank Bigsby to get traded. And even if he, like, the Eagles? I wonder how sick some of the leagues are that just happened. And Kobe Dean going to be the user for Trubb. Down 10, he threw the pick. And he goes out route. Jalen Tolbert into the red zone.
First down.
Jaden Blue with a bruised shoulder. Just let him sit, man. Ain't no point. There is no reason for you to try to rush that man back. He's a rookie. Just let it rock. And Javonte Williams is now in the game. Andrew Makuba is back, the Texas product. Man in motion is Jake Fergie, and Javonte Williams is going to get hit in the backfield. A loss of 1. Jordan Davis making his appearance finally. So just under 3 minutes left here for Trubb to try and find a way to get this comeback of 10 points. We saw Buffalo do it yesterday, down. Why do GMs answer Howie's calls? It's a good question. Oh my goodness, Fergie.
We are the Cowboys.
That is insane work. Barnes putting the stamp on that one. Putting a fork in the Hall of Famer. 17-point lead. Gons again, he has scored 23 unanswered. Just want to make you guys aware of that. 23 unanswered points. You know, I got some faith in Trub in the season, though, you know, but this divisional matchup is going to be fun to watch for the rest of this cycle. As Overshown guards it very well, and there is another sack. Cowboys don't need Micah. They are still getting home. I believe that's Donovan Ezerwaku. I'm probably saying that wrong, but it is what it is. Hurts with some time, gonna go to Smitty. He got that 4th down conversion earlier, and he has the only offensive touchdown here for the Eagles. Y'all just heard that, man. 3rd and 9. And giving y'all another update. Undisputed has just kicked another field goal, but Vail has the ball with 1:15 before half. Ravens up 1, 7-6, up there in Buffalo. Trub with time just keeps on dropping back just for the hell of it. And that does force the bad throw. So Quads is going to be in the backfield looking to still be used as a weapon. It's 4th and 9. He's got to go for it to try to get something mustard here, down 3 possessions. Lamar just chucked one deep to Harrell and got it in the red zone. Vell out here just throwing bombs and dimes. Gonna try to chuck this one to A.J. Brown. It is picked off. Another stinky by Jalen Hurts, and that one will seal the deal. Gons is gonna win this game of the week. I know JB was saying Gons be stinky on the screen, but he will come away with a victory here in week 1. And you know, not to talk about a different league, but to talk about him. He started out 6-0 over in Any Given Sunday with the Titans. Can he replicate the same feat here in the helmets? Remains to be seen. It's going to be interesting to see how things shake out next week. If my eyes don't deceive me and my age does not neither, I think Rich is still the Giants as always. So that should be a fun game to just look at and watch and laugh. But GG to Gons, man. This was actually a really phenomenal game. Started out very slow, methodical, and then as the game progressed, it got a lot better, especially for the Cowboys. Joe Milton looked very flawed early on, but as the game went on, he found a way to make things shake. So GG Gons, GG Trub, 0-1 for the Eagles, but you got to move on to next week, man. That's all that you can do. Gons takes this one. Appreciate you all for hanging with us tonight, man. 30-13 in favor of the visiting Cowboys. Lincoln Financial is a very, very quiet place, man. But from your homie Scream, thank you all for being here and tuning in. We appreciate all of you, especially all the conversation and stuff like that. You can catch this game on the YouTube no later than tomorrow. Make sure you go over there and subscribe for me. You don't got to like no videos if you don't want to, but if you do, it does help the channel grow, and I do appreciate it, man. So thank you guys for tuning in once again. We'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out of here. Enjoy y'all night.